Chael Sonnen just went on Ariel Helwani's show, and they had a fantastic conversation about many different things, but Chael said one thing about Francis Ngannou that really made me sit back and think for a little bit. We're going to play that, and I'm going to give my thoughts on it afterwards. I do want to say, before we watch the clip, hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I am your guy with too many YouTube channels. Let's watch the clip.
But I also think it's a time, to go and test free agency. It's very risky right now.
Why?
I don't see why a guy would do it, and I'll just share with you the other side of the cardboard. Deontay Wilder.
This is important. He's sharing the other side of the perspective because so many people are just talking about what people think, like what the community thinks about Francis Ngannou. Everybody's so happy for him, but Chael actually provides, and a lot of people call him a UFC shill, right? They tell him he just sucks up to the UFC no matter what. He's a big businessman, but he makes a fantastic point. Just listen to it before you hate on it, okay?
Wilder and Francis Ngannou think that they're in this great spot, and all the hey, that means you can talk to me. That's not how the promoters are looking at it. They're looking to go, man, you don't have a loyalty to anybody. Somebody helped to get you here. Somebody made you rich. Somebody made you famous, and you didn't stay loyal to him.
No, hogwash.
What am I going to do?
What do you mean?
What am I going to do?
What are you talking about? Francis Ngannou was with one promoter his whole career. He finally became free. Why does that make him disloyal?
So you think he's going to get grabbed up? Because he hasn't been.
He hasn't been. It's been a month.
He's also apparently been very, very difficult to deal with, and we just figured out that he's been asking for $30 million. That is ridiculous, especially for the UFC. Is he going to have a problem dealing with these other promoters? I don't know, but Chael's making a very good point.
It's a month of unemployed, which is what I'm claiming.
Yeah, but he's playing the field. He's talking to people.
So how long does he have?
I mean,
well,
why don't you say the same about Nathan Diaz? Hasn't fought since September.
What other walk would you compare that to in life? I mean, give me any other walk
Diaz?
Where you look around and there's a girl that everybody had a shot at and they passed on, and you go, God, that's the one for me.
This is exactly where it really made me think. It's true. It's so true. Exactly what he's saying. Nobody's picking up Francis Ngannou. Why?
Just give me an example and I'll be quiet. Tell me a pet store. Tell me give any walk in life.
He's so good with his words,
pizza, and there's pizza by the slices, and one is left, and all the rest of them are gone. I want the one that's like, you tell me one example.
You expected him.
Where this is
it would have been a huge mistake had he signed a deal in the last month.
Okay.
Talk to everyone.
Why is that?
Because that means you're not looking at all your options. You're not, and plus he's looking
that's
at
what I'm here to share
two
for you.
sports. He's looking at two sports. Very
in my
rare.
opinion, Chael's right.
Right? No?
Sure.
That was such a good analogy by Chael, in my opinion. Like, because I've been thinking about this stuff for a long time. I was thinking from the point of the UFC. Like, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with wanting more money like Francis Ngannou does. But there's a point where you got to go like, okay, is Francis Ngannou the problem? Because Dana White's been talking about him for God knows how long. And I understand how people feel about Dana White. They're quick to like jump on the bad side of the UFC. They're quick to jump and say, hey, they're not paying his fighters. But Francis Ngannou, at the end of the day, he's been taken care of, and the way I see it, okay, you guys might disagree with me on this one. The way I see it is Francis Ngannou goes to work for like 30 seconds. There's relatively no danger in his fights, maybe if he was fighting Cyril. I wouldn't be complaining if I were him, but I understand. He's building himself to be a star. He wants all these millions of dollars, but Chael is so right in the sense where he's talking about he's the last slice of pizza that everybody wants. You know what I mean? Why is nobody taking the pizza? It's such a good analogy, and it's so true. People are looking at him, and what if they want to sign Francis Ngannou for so long, and then he starts doing this again? What if, let's say, like Bellator, for example, Ryan Bader wants to fight him. He signs with Bellator, signs so many fight deals, right? Okay, Francis, you can have your $30 million. What if he just goes and says, I want 31? I want 31, or I'm not fighting. I'm going to cause all these problems. I'm going to hold up your division. This might be a thing that's actually happening, and nobody knows. Like, everybody likes to pretend like they're the experts, and I'm not saying I am. I'm just saying that I understand that there's another side to this. Francis Ngannou has been having problems for a very, very long time, and there's a reason why guys like Conor McGregor, who puts butts in seats, has no problem getting paid the amount that he does. He's very loyal. He always says yes to the UFC. And look, how many times has Conor McGregor saved a card? He probably saved every card that he was on. How many times has he taken risks by saying yes to short notice? Look at Nate Diaz. Yeah, that ended up working out for him in the end, but still, it was a huge risk to do what Conor McGregor did, and he's getting paid the big bucks. Francis Ngannou's not doing any of that, and quite frankly, I understand where the UFC is coming from when they say that they have problems with Francis Ngannou. The whole point of this, guys, is I saw this and I instantly wanted to make a video on it because it's so true, and it's nice to have people like Chael, and Chael gets hated on so much for this, and I think it should be the complete opposite. Everybody just goes, hey, Chael's just Dana White's best friend. You know what I mean? He just, no matter what, he'll take Dana White's side. But he's offering another perspective that, quite frankly, so many YouTubers and so many journalists like Ariel Helwani are afraid to talk about. They're so quick to just jump in and attack the UFC because that's what you're supposed to do. That's the cool thing to do right now, right? Hey, the UFC's not paying its fighters. there's a lot of fighters too that Dana White just they are very outspoken. Dana White, thank you for the opportunity. Look at these guys off the Contender Series. Look at the dude. I can't remember off the top of my head. Someone was recently homeless that came off the Contender Series, won a fight. Then he's like, Dana White, I can't thank you enough for the opportunity here. The UFC takes care of their fighters too, and they're not totally evil. And I truthfully don't believe that they are out there to just screw Francis Ngannou. Why would they just want to get rid of their heavyweight champion? Francis has the potential to become a star. He's not a star, and that's part of the problem. But he has the potential to do so. He's a big scary guy, and he's like the baddest man on the planet. Why would the UFC not want him to fight? Why would the UFC not want to funnel money into him, making him into a star? I believe Francis isn't the problem. I really do, and that was a perfect analogy by Chael. There's another perspective. There's another side of this, and I commend Chael because he actually talks about this other side that nobody would talk about. But this is where I'll leave it up to you guys. I'd love to know what you think down below. Do you think Chael Sonnen's right, or do you think he's just doing what Chael does and just talking and giving another perspective just to do so? Because that could also be what he's doing, but I believe that's what he's saying. He understands the other side, and I'm on Chael's side for this. I really am. Don't get me wrong. I hope Francis Ngannou succeeds in what he does, but I believe he was the issue in all of this. So let me know what you think, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you are new here and enjoy the content, please consider like button will help the channel a ton, and subscribe if you are brand new. Check description below for links to all my other channels. And if you'd like to hear more fight talk about anything MMA related, hit that notification bell. Thank you so much for watching again, guys. I will see you in the next one. Take care.